Hello, hello, Facebook world and YouTube world and wherever you are streaming this video from.
You mean like in Palma de Mallorca? Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today, we have the return of Doug and Lenka, otherwise known as the acting governor of Methafornia and the sheriff of Maribimbo County, back for some more American state national stupidity. So let's begin.
Welcoming you live to our live broadcast here. It's Doug and Lenka, and we will be talking about an important notice. And so I'll be just waiting for people to tune in. We try to do these lives as frequent as we can, as time allows. So welcoming you all. I'll be just waiting a few moments here for people to tune in, so I can see that we are actually going live. So if you are in, if you can see us, if you can hear us, give us a thumb up and we will get rolling in a moment. First of all, I like to make sure that we are sending powerful energy to our brothers and sisters in Florida. It's really unfortunate. We are there with you in spirit, sending tons of love and light. And we need to conquer this, right? And but provided that this is not intentional, because we know that these days these dark powers that would like to govern over us have a lot of amazing technologies that can alter the weather, can do a lot of things. But let's say that it's not that, right? Because that's another conspiracy theory.
Well, Lenka, you're already an anti-masker and an American state Neanderthal, so I don't think anybody's gonna be surprised that you're also a government controls the weather and creates hurricanes to destroy its own cities conspiracy theorist.
So, Doug, why don't you tell us about the quo warranto that went out, when was it, like a couple of 3 weeks ago, and that's kind of building on what we will be talking about today.
Well, I sent a court warranto out to Gavin Newsom. I noticed the military sent a copy to Trump, and I sent a copy to the California Bar Association, the Commission on Judicial Performance, and 3 or 4 attorneys and CEOs of the corporations that have been violating our rights and operating the system with constructive fraud. So I sent that to them and gave them time to respond, to show me their delegated authority. They got to show me an unbroken line of delegated constitutional authority that allows them to legislate over the people themselves, and they can't do it. So the Bar Association, the California State Bar, or the State Bar of California, they reacted to it as if I was filing personal complaints against these attorneys.
And this is the letter, guys. Okay, so here you see it.
Oh, so is that the letter that you sent off to Donald Trump and the military, letting them know that the actual governor of California isn't the actual governor? Or is that the response from the state bar where they essentially laughed at you for being a bona fide dumbass?
So anyway, here is the letter, okay, that came in that Doug was mentioning. So that's you can see it's from the State Bar of California. All right, and it's dated September 19, and I can read it to you. It says, Dear Douglas Heisel, we have received your complaint against one or more California attorneys. We have assigned the number shown above to this matter. Please reference this number in your communication with us. Your complaint will first be reviewed by an attorney in the intake unit. If we need further information, we will contact you. We will also advise you of any determination in this matter. If you want to know the status of your complaint, you may contact us by calling the State Bar's toll-free complaint line at 1-800-843-9053. Thank you for your patience. Sincerely, Office of Chief Trial Counsel Intake. So here you can obviously see here and here. So this is the letter one more time, okay, that they completely are not comprehending, understanding what was sent to them.
They understand all right, Lenka. They just don't give a shit. You sent in a letter stating that they and several of their attorneys don't have any legal standing. And they sent you back a response saying that they're taking your complaint extremely seriously, and they've put it in the important bin, which happens to be shaped exactly like a trash can and is filled with trash. I mean, at least they gave you a tracking number so you can follow your very important document right to the very important landfill where it belongs.
As Doug mentioned again, Doug sent quo warranto, okay, to the association, and how many attorneys were included? I think 2 or 3 attorneys.
No, there's like 4.
Or 4 attorneys were included, okay, and it was sent from your office. Tell us a little bit about your office as an acting.
It was sent from the acting governor of California State.
You serious?
Demanding that they prove their authority to act in the California state, which they don't have any. The Bar Association was created under Article 6, Section 9 of the 1879 California Constitution. That was repealed November 8, 1960. So ever since then, the California Bar Association's so-called charter has been repealed. They have no legal standing, no lawful standing in law or at law.
Neither does that asymmetrical afro on your face. And what's funny is that the current State Bar of California wasn't founded in 1879. It was founded in 1927 with the State Bar Act, and is still a functioning arm of the California Supreme Court to this very day.
Okay, and what they're doing is they've set up a system of constructive fraud, and they're using it to extort conduct credits through private corporate policies, right, from the people themselves. And they've never been given the right to legislate over the people themselves or make law. So, you know, what we have to do is, since the Republic is standing back up, well, now we're the only game in town because we're the only lawful constitution and we're the only lawful government. The other government has been repealed, and they're holding this de facto by gunpoint only. Okay, they're holding their positions by force.
And extortion, by semantic deceit, by bullying you and making you feel that you have no remedies, that you are basically this hopeless peasant at the mercy of these fraudsters. That's what it is.
Basically, you're describing the difference between the governed and the governing. And here's a thought. If you want to make an actual difference, why don't you just try running for office in a system that society already accepts? Or you could just move somewhere else if you're not happy with the American way of life.
So we have some great news. Doug has put together a response, okay, a letter, which is signed as the acting governor for California State in trust. So he's, as he mentioned, he's holding this position in trust until we can hold lawful elections, people. Okay, until you can return back home on the land, become the living men and women that we hope you are, who want to benefit the God-given rights, the unalienable rights that so many brave men gave everything, including their life for, and you want to return home.
I find it funny every time they mention veterans, because as a veteran myself, I didn't give up years of my life so that some jackass named Doug from California could proclaim himself governor of the state.
You want to return home where we can finally start exercising all of these amazing rights that many people even forgot that they have, and then we can hold the lawful elections. No more of this fraud, no more what you've been seeing and feeling hopeless about. This is your solution, all right? So isn't that exciting, my beautiful friends? So here it goes. I will be reading the letter that Doug is sending as a response, duly signed here.
Exactly how many lead crayons lost their life so that Doug could write this response? And the only correct answer is way too many.
All right, and here we go. So it is addressed, so as Doug mentioned, you have to remember that the California Bar Association is like a regular corporation, like a Walmart, Home Depot, or, Costco. And with that, they are listed on Duns and Bradstreet. So there is also a Duns and Bradstreet number included on the letter right here. All right. So it is addressed to their key principal. As every corporation, they have a key principal, CEO, president. So it's addressed to Bill Herbert, the principal of the California Bar Association, located in San Francisco. Dear Bill Herbert, I'm contacting you to give notice to you as principal of California Bar Association that the attached quo warranto is in relation to the California Bar Association's authority to operate in California state, since it is a fact memorialized in public records that the California Bar Association was created by Article 6, Section 9 of the 1879 California Constitution, and that the 1879 California Constitution was repealed by ballot pamphlet number 12 on November 8, 1960.
No, it wasn't. And I think we've let Lenka dig herself deep enough into that hole that it's time we kick the ladder down with her. Ballot Box 12 of the 1960 amendment was put in place to remove obsolete and superseded language from the original California Constitution of 1879. Mainly due to the fact that it was one of the largest state constitutions, having over 75,000 words in it and being second only to the Louisiana state constitution at the time. Ballot Box 12 does not repeal the original constitution, nor does it revise it. It amends it, and specifically reads, Senate Constitutional Amendment 22 repeals and amends several provisions of the Constitution to eliminate obsolete and superseded provisions without substantive change. Do you hear that, Lenka? Without substantive change. Also, if you look at the ballot box number 10, which I know Lenka didn't look at it, it reads Senate Constitutional Amendment number 14 provides that membership of the Judicial Council besides judges shall include members of the state bar and 2 legislatures. Does anyone else find it funny that Lenka asserts that this document nullifies the very state board that it references? Lenka, you're a moron.
The State Bar of California was noticed of all the above, and that upon further research and investigation and recent discovery into this matter by Douglas William Heisel, the living man, I have discovered that they are further relying upon false premise, as the document relied upon as the source of authority to apply and enforce the perpetrated codes you are threatening the people of California state with, as listed on the internet, is the California Constitution adopted in 1879. Then there is the link. California Constitution, cons Article 1, Declaration of Rights, Section 1, Section 32. Article 1, adopted 1879. The 1879 Constitution was repealed, and the knowledge has been public record since at least February 2nd, 1998. Applicable venue and jurisdiction previously determined and established February 2nd, 1998 in Los Angeles Superior Court in case BC 175 367 and $190 million judgment.
This is the point at which you know that Lenka has no idea what she's talking about. That case that she cited was the civil case of Stephen Mitchell versus David Miscavige. Yes, the same David Miscavige tied to the Church of Scientology. She thinks that a civil case which Miscavige defaulted on repeals the California Constitution and by association the State Bar of California. which had its most recent rule change go into effect in November 2018.
And to claim to be a bar member is fraud and violates actual law. See also Bridegroom versus State Bar 550 Pacific 2nd 1089 27 Arizona Appellate Court 47. In view of the decision that the creation of public corporation by special acts is prohibited by state constitution, State Bar Corporation as public corporation has no validity, and designation of State Bar as a public corporation has no legal efficacy. Cited from 7 Corpus Juris Secundum, Section 9. Unless, of course, you have public records showing the 1879 California Constitution was reinstated. The public record speaks for itself.
Like I said, it was never repealed, it was amended by repealing certain unnecessary provisions and superseded amendments without substantive change.
I thank you for your time and effort in this matter and look forward to your response and evidence of your valid authority to sell your services to the people of California as licensed attorneys, esquires, since the above clearly shows that your charter was repealed but still has no validity or legal efficacy. Sincerely, Douglas William Heisel, Beneficiary, Acting Governor for California State Interest. Duly signed with Doug's seal there. So let's see if anyone has any questions here.
Yes, I have a question. Exactly how much paint did you drink before writing this for Doug? And will Doug be joining you in your next gallon before he speaks up?
No, it's just that as long as you people go out there and hire these attorneys, these so-called bar members, you're selling yourself into a system of constructive fraud. Since all the codes that they're enforcing are private corporate policies that were repealed with the 1879 Constitution. So, I mean,
and I think it should be self-evident when you guys go to courts or there's any legal problem, you have some, issue, right? Why are they always forcing, oh, you need to get an attorney, right? You always hear that. You need to get an attorney because, you don't know your rights. You don't know how to defend your rights. You need an attorney. And so now you have it right here in this letter. And we've done videos on it before.
Yeah, doing videos on it before does not make it true, Lenka. And the reason why someone like you needs to hire an attorney is because you're an idiot. And if you ever found yourself as a defendant in a criminal case, you would almost certainly lose because you don't know what you're talking about. Now, I'd ask you in the future to let Doug try to read his own paper for himself, but it's quite clear that his time in the California Department of Corrections was spent mostly in bandana folding class, not reading comprehension. So I guess this is where we're going to end the video today. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.